Who says you can't do an e-scooter review from the front seat of a pickup truck?
Kevin, you can't do a scooter review in the truck.
A while back, Christy and I were contacted by a company called Hovsco, and they asked us if we'd be interested in reviewing one of their e-scooters for our YouTube channel. Jumped at the chance. Well, not literally. If you haven't heard of Hovsco, it's an e-bike company that's based out in California, right here in the good old US of A. Well, Hovsco started out back in 2019, and they were focused more on hoverboards and e-scooters. Now, I don't know much about e-bikes. I just know the research that I've done since preparing for this video. But from the reviews that I've seen and what I've read, the company is a stand-up company. They stand behind their products. Hovsco's got e-bikes ranging from simple commuter bikes to fat tire cargo bikes. They've even got some cruiser bikes and some foldable bikes. But today what we're going to be focusing on is this. This is the Porto Max e-scooter. It's a seated scooter from Hovsco. I know you guys are probably wondering why on earth would we want to review an e-scooter on our channel since we're pretty much a drone channel. You guys all know about me being lazy, and with this scooter, I may just be able to up that lazy scale one more notch. Once I learn the ins and outs of this thing, I'm going to be able to go ride in luxury to these new drone launch spots instead of having to walk in misery carrying all my stuff. I mean, look what this thing offers. It's got foldable, what is this called? Handlebars. I mean, look what this thing has. It's got these foldable handlebars. I cannot think of that word. I mean, look at this. It's got these foldable handlebars, and once these handlebars shrink down, this scooter can pretty much fit anywhere. Now, this scooter only weighs about 43 pounds, so it must be like an ant. Can you see an ant walking across the ground carrying a big old piece of bread to its colony? Well, that's what this thing's going to look like carrying me around. They've got this scooter advertised as like a grocery getter. So on the back of it, it's got this basket. Well, I may not be getting groceries with this scooter, but I tell you what, that basket's going to be used. I'm going to be putting the extra drone stuff that won't fit in my backpack in that basket, and that way we can get to the location safely with all my stuff. One of the cool features about the basket on the back of this scooter is that it's removable. Well, they even offer some different cargo accessories as well. Well, Hovsco says that you can get up to 35 miles out of a single charge of this battery. Now, just a heads up, you can't remove the battery out of this scooter, so you have to plug the scooter into the wall as a unit. There's a charging port at the front of the footrest, so you just have to plug the cord into that port and then plug the other end into the wall socket, and you're off and charging. Now just be ready. They also say that this battery can take up to 6 hours to charge. That's not good for us impatient people. I've been watching a lot of e-bike videos lately trying to learn some stuff so I can portray to you guys good information. One thing that I learned is ride distance time that you get out of these bikes and scooters is usually a lot less than what they advertise. Normally these companies will calculate their ride times based on pristine conditions that they have at their riding facility. But from the research that I've done, I've learned that if you can get half of the distance out of these batteries that the companies claim, then you're doing great. They say that there's a 500 peak watt motor back there, a 350 watt sustain motor that supports 3 different speeds, low, medium, and high. And in high, it's supposed to go up to 19 miles an hour. I don't even know where the motor is. It's back there somewhere. And it also has a max load of 260 pounds. I'm really going to be putting this scooter to the test because I'm 5'12" and I weigh about 210 pounds. Well, just for reference, here's a picture of me on the scooter, and here's a picture of what it should look like. Now, the last feature that I want to mention on the Porto Max scooter is the smart headlight. Now, what it's designed to do is it's designed to come on in low light conditions, or you can turn it on yourself manually. My experience so far with this Porto Max, from taking it out of the box to the assembly process, which was pretty simple by the way, they've really thought out every design of this scooter from front to back. Looking forward to getting out there and taking this maiden voyage. So let's get out there to the test location and get this thing started. All right, guys, well, I think we found our spot. We've been here before. We have flown the drone here a couple of times, and we usually have some signal interference, but we're not going to be flying a drone today, so I think we're going to be just fine. Before I left the house, I put the Porto Max back in the back of the truck here, so I'm going to show you what it takes to get this thing out. It's a beast. Just lift it down like this, and all you got to do is lift this arm up, the handlebars, and then put that latch in place. And there's one more little feature I forgot to show you. It's got a little baby kickstand. It stands up all by itself. How about that? What I did here is I outfitted a GoPro mount for the bike here, so you guys get to see this when I ride. Maybe I'll show you some of this. How about that? I'm pretty excited about this ride because now I get to do this. Oh, that was satisfying. I know you guys probably aren't going to be able to see this screen. I haven't turned it on yet. I'm going to go try to find a shady spot so we can turn this thing on and you guys might be able to see it. Well, the only shade I could find really was right here behind the truck. So this will have to do. Let's turn this thing on for the first time and see what it looks like. You hold the button down for just a couple of seconds. It's blinking like crazy in the screen, so you guys aren't going to be able to see this. Well, what I can tell you is everything on there reads 0 right now. For most of the review videos that I've seen a lot of people do a lot of inner city stuff, like they ride to the Gen, that's the Dollar General, or they ride to a different store. But I think that we're going to just ride through the country. I think we're going to ride down that road. We're going to see how it does on the asphalt. And then we're going to go down here. There's a bird sanctuary here. I want to ride through there. Looks like it's pretty solid grass. So I don't think we'll have any problems with these beefy tires. These are 12-inch tires. And they've got disc brakes. Very cool stuff. Well, right now the scooter is in medium. I'm not sure if you guys can even see that. But I'm going to hit the button twice and it's going to go to high. See that? Of course you don't. I'll probably be keeping this scooter in high all the time because it's got a lot of mass to move. So let me get started with my very first time on an e-scooter. Yeehaw. Hopefully it's not too bumpy right now, but I'm sure it is. This thing's pretty fast. That was a pretty bumpy start, but I'm now on the pavement out here, and I'm telling you what, I'm going 15 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour. It didn't seem like it had any problem with the acceleration. Let me get a different perspective for you guys. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna hit the brakes. I'm gonna put you on my chest. Maybe you guys can actually see what I'm looking at. If you guys can see that, we're in high. This is the throttle over here, and it's got 2 brakes, front and back. So I'm gonna start off here nice and slow. I don't even have to give it a push start. It starts all by itself. If you can see the screen now, we're already up to 12 miles or 13 miles an hour, 14 and 15. That's the recommended speed, but I want to go faster than that. Oh, I'm going 16 miles an hour now. Sweet. Seems to handle really well. I wish there were some mirrors so I could see behind me because this is a public road. But the speed limit is 25, so hopefully nobody will be going too fast through here. This is a cool ride. Full battery. I'm on high. And what's that? I'm not sure what that top line is. That might be some sort of a power output line. Or maybe a power input. I doubt that. There ain't no power going into it, Kevin. See, I told you guys I don't know anything about e-bikes. But this is pretty fun though. I can see this scooter being useful for a lot of different things. And mainly for the drone stuff, so we can find some really cool spots to go back into the woods or whatever. We still have 0 miles that we've traveled. Well, I'm gonna make this turn here. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go to the bird sanctuary and see what it's all about. I gotta slow down though, because it's kind of fast for this turn. There we go. Hey, I made the turn and didn't crash. All right, let me get stopped here. We're almost 17 miles an hour there for a second. Let me get stopped here and turn around. And then we'll go back the other way. That wasn't too bad, was it? I've got it floored. We still have full power, but we haven't gone a mile yet. It says 35 miles this thing will go. I'd love to be able to test that out. Maybe on the follow-up video for this, I could go out as far as the battery will let me, and then I can let it die, and then Christy can come pick me up. Let me get up to the shade here, and I'm gonna put the camera back on the handlebars. The brakes seem pretty good too. Looks like it stopped us pretty fast. All right, we're off again. The acceleration is pretty good for it only being a 500 watt motor. I don't know, is 500 watts good? I stopped there so I could get the camera in my hand, and you saw me take off there. This is a very easy thing to ride. I don't know if you haven't ridden the scooter before or something, which I've never ridden a scooter before. I've ridden motorcycles and bicycles, but it's pretty easy to control, and it seems like it tracks well. The brakes are good, the acceleration's okay, and the speed, I mean, I'm still going 16 miles an hour. I'm impressed with it. All right, let's get back to that bird sanctuary. It corners like it's on rails. All right, we're fixing to get into the thick of it here. I'm gonna get into the grass, and we're gonna see what's up. Let me pull off the road here. I'm in the grass now. There's a bump there. Hopefully it doesn't translate to being too bumpy on the screen with GoPro having that, that stabilization. But yeah, so far so good. It's doing fine. Now I've got to lift this thing over top of this wall so I can get back here. Just as easy to lift over this wall as it was for the truck. I'm gonna take it nice and slow through here so you guys can enjoy the view. I'd really like to get a GoPro 360 so I can show you guys what I'm looking at, but man, this is awesome. Never been back here before. But you know what? Maybe I can bring the drone back here in a little while now that I've got this Porto Max scooter, as long as I don't crash and die. I'm gonna stop right here and show you, well, looks like a gator crawl. But this is an example of a place that this little Porto Max scooter will take you. Wouldn't it be cool to get some drone shots of this? I will in the future. And let's keep on moving. Well, we're up to 1 mile and so far so good. There's another gator crawl. I think I might actually hear one. I'm hoping that the GoPro is straight. This might be as far back as I can go. All right, I've reached the end of the line. Or have I? What's back here? Holy cow, it just keeps on going. Look at this. There's a gator right there. If you guys can see, about right there is a gator. They're out here. I'm amazed. I didn't know that this place was even out here. I knew that the trail was, but I didn't know how far it went. But look at how far, it just keeps on going. I guess it goes all around this whole marsh. So if I could get this scooter and a drone out here, I could get some really cool shots. That gator has not moved. I've gone a whopping 1 mile, so I think it's time to head back to the truck. Now I know I haven't gone full bore on this thing to see exactly what it can do, but I think so far it's impressed me. Now, there is going to be a follow-up video to this one in the future, so make sure that you watch out for that. Now let's get back to the truck so we can have a conclusion. You got to keep your eyes peeled for the gators. You got to stay in the middle of the road so the gators don't come after you and get you. Oh, there was a gator. I saw the gator right in there, and I saw it duck under, so I don't know where it went. But you got to be careful around these things, they'll get you. I'm just kidding, the gators aren't going to hurt you. Well, kids, we made it back to the truck. I'm a sweaty mess. We got the Porto Max loaded back up in the back of the truck. And what else is there to say? Now, there is one safety feature that I didn't see listed on their site, so make sure that you guys stop by the Walmarts and you pick yourselves up one of these. It's for safety, guys. All right, so check the description. Make sure that you click on the link if you're interested in looking more into these e-bikes or e-scooters. Hope that you enjoy the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. God bless.